Chapter 4. A Christmas Morning. It was a cold winter night. The sky was clear and the stars were bright on that winter night. Amongst them, one star was larger and brighter than the others. Rob looked at the sky and imagined that the star was moving, as it had seemed to him to move one night many years ago. He slipped back in time to that Christmas morning. Rob was only 15 years old then and lived with his parents and sisters on a small farm. He helped his father on the farm. His father loved him very much. He had not known about it until a few days before Christmas, when he overheard his father talking to his mother. "Mary, I had to wake up Rob in the morning. He is growing so fast and he needs his sleep. If you could see how he sleeps when I go in to wake him. I wish I could manage alone." "Well, you can't, Adam." His mother's voice was sharp. "Besides, he is not a child anymore. It's time to take up more responsibilities." "I know," his father said slowly, "but I sure do hate to wake him." When Rob heard these words, something in him woke. His father loved him. He had never thought of it before. Neither his father nor his mother talked about loving their children. They had no time for such things. There was always so much work to do on farm. Now that he knew that his father loved him, he decided that he would get up quickly in the morning and help his father. From that day onwards, he got up at the first call. And then, on the night before Christmas, he lay for a few minutes thinking about the next day. They were poor, and most of the excitement was in the turkey they had raised themselves and in the mince pies his mother made. His sisters sewed presents, and his mother and father always bought him something he needed. He too saved and bought them each something for Christmas. That Christmas too, he had gone to the small store nearby and bought a cheap tie for his father. How he wished he had a better present for him. He lay on his side and looked out of his windows. The stars were brighter than ever before, and one star in particular was so bright that he wondered if it was really the star of Bethlehem. He thought of Jesus, who was born in a barn, and of the gifts the shepherd and the three wise men had brought for Jesus. Suddenly a thought came in his mind. Why should he not give his father a special gift out there in the barn, just like the gift the wise men had given Jesus? He could get up early, earlier than 4 o'clock, and he had creep into the barn and get all the milking done. He would do it alone and clean up, and then when his father went in to start the milking, he would see it all done, and he would know who had done it. That would indeed be a special gift for his father. That Christmas Eve, he must have woken up 20 times to look at his old watch. At 2:45, he got up and put on his clothes. He crept downstairs and let himself out. The big star hung over the barn roof. The cows looked at him, sleepy and surprised. It was early for them too. He had never milked all alone before, but it seemed almost easy. He kept thinking about how surprised his father would be when he came in and saw the milk pails filled with milk. He smiled to himself and milked steadily. Milking for once was not a chore, it was something else, a gift to his father who loved him. Soon he finished his job. The 2 milk cans were full. He covered them and closed the milk house door carefully, making sure of the latch. He put the stool in its place and hung up the clean milk pail. Then he went out of the barn and closed the door behind him. Back in his room, he had only a minute to pull off his clothes in the darkness and jumped into bed, for he heard his father get up. He covered his face with a bed cover to silence his quick breathing. The door opened. "Rob," his father called, "we have to get up, son, even if it is Christmas." "Yes, Dad," he said sleepily. "I will go out," his father said. "I will get things started." The door closed and he lay still laughing to himself. In just a few minutes his father would know. The minutes seemed endless, and then He heard his father's footsteps. The door opened and he lay still and excited. Rob. Yes, Dad. His father was laughing, a strange robbing sort of laugh. You thought you would fool me, did you? His father was standing beside his bed, pulling away the bed cover. Rob laughed with joy and said, It's a gift for Christmas, Dad. He hugged his father tightly. He felt his father's arms go around him. It was dark and they could not see each other's faces. I want you to know I do want to be good. I love you so much. The words broke from Rob of their own will. Dad did not know what to say. His heart was bursting with love. After a moment, he said, Well, I can go back to bed and sleep for a while. You have given me such a wonderful gift. Then he changed his mind and said, Come to think of it, son, let's go and see the Christmas tree. Rob got up and pulled on his clothes again, and together they went down to the Christmas tree. Oh, what a Christmas it was! His heart burst with pride as his father told his mother and sisters about how Rob had got up all by himself and milked the cows. The best Christmas I ever had, and I will remember it, son, every year on Christmas morning so long as I live. They had both remembered it, and now that his father was dead, he remembered it alone. That blessed Christmas dawn when, alone with the cows in the barn, he had made his first gift